let these sanctions go through, and that North Korea is now feeling miffed, to say the least, at China for supporting these sanctions. Are you convinced that China is going to make good on this promise to keep the bite in these sanctions?
Well, in the past, Rachel, they have not. They've been talking a good name, voting, and then they don't enforce the sanctions. This time, I think the turmoil in the peninsula has really upset China. The effect on Chinese relations with Japan, with South Korea, the turmoil in the region, and Kim Jong-un not listening to China, which is the benefactor of the country. So it remains to be seen whether China will fully enforce. But if they fully enforce, these sanctions will have a bite. As I said, North Korea's economy is not in good shape. But North Korea will still put any resources they get, any tax money, into their nuclear and missile programs. That they are going to continue to do, it seems. But eventually, I think there's a diplomatic issue out there that may work, but we'll see.
We should note the Chinese foreign minister said yesterday his country is going to take a major economic hit because of these sanctions. So China's not exactly doing this quietly. I mean, they want everyone to know that this is going to be a big deal because they have obviously a strong trading relationship with North Korea. So they want some credit for doing this.
That's right, and we've put a lot of pressure on China. We've threatened sanctions on them, on Chinese banks. I think we've squeezed them a little bit, but we can squeeze it more, and we shouldn't hesitate to squeeze them more. I think the issue is going to be, Rachel, what does the U.S. do about this? And I think you need a strong effort that talks about diplomacy, some kind of a dialogue. I think Tillerson has put out there a formula, maybe some kind of missile issue pause as part of a diplomatic solution. I think that's eventually where we should be.
But I hear you, just in the seconds remaining, I hear you being supportive of the administration's tactics so far with North Korea.
Well, no, not entirely, because they all speak with different messages. The National Security Advisor, the UN Ambassador, Tillerson, they should let Tillerson handle this. The others get a little warlike, they get a little preemptive military strikes. We shouldn't be talking about that. We should talk about diplomacy.
Leaving it there, New Mexico former Governor Bill Richardson. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Rachel.
All right, now let's listen to a story about Russia and Russian spies from a man who knows this world really well. Daniel Hoffman is a former CIA station chief who served for 5 years in Moscow. Hoffman recently left the agency, which means his cover has been lifted, and he sat down with NPR's Mary Louise Kelly.
Daniel Hoffman and I met on a steamy August afternoon.